Most Dodge owners start getting nervous around 150,000 miles. They hear a tick, feel a stumble, and assume the 5.7 HEMI is telling them it's done. It's not. That engine was engineered to go the distance, and I've seen well-maintained HEMIs blow past 300,000 miles without ever coming apart. The difference between a HEMI that grenades at 180,000 and one still pulling strong at 400,000 isn't the engine. It's what the owner did or didn't do along the way. I've been wrenching on Dodge trucks and muscle cars for over 20 years, and in this video I'm walking you through the 13 habits that separate the trucks rotting in junkyards from the ones still towing campers with 350,000 on the clock. Stick around for number 1 because it's the single most destructive mistake HEMI owners make, and most of them are doing it right now without knowing it. Let's get into it. Number 13. Understand what the MDS system is actually doing to your engine and stop ignoring it. The 5.7 HEMI runs a system called Multi-Displacement System, MDS. At highway speeds and light loads, it shuts down 4 of your 8 cylinders to save fuel. On paper, great idea. In the real world, if your oil isn't fresh and at the right viscosity, MDS becomes one of the fastest ways to wear out a HEMI. Here's what's happening. When MDS deactivates those cylinders, it collapses the lifters. Those lifters cycle on and off thousands of times over the life of the engine. They need clean, properly viscous oil every single time they actuate. Run old oil or the wrong weight, and those lifters start failing. A collapsed lifter on a 5.7 HEMI sounds like a loud tick that doesn't go away. By the time you hear it, you're already looking at a $1,200 to $2,500 repair, depending on how far the damage spread. If you tow regularly, haul heavy loads, or do a lot of short trips, consider an MDS delete kit. It's $300 to $500 in parts and keeps your lifters cycling normally instead of constantly switching on and off under stress. Plenty of HEMI owners have done it and never looked back. It costs you a couple miles per gallon on the highway. It buys you an engine that isn't chewing through lifters by 120,000 miles. Number 12. Oil changes every 5,000 miles, not when the computer says so. The oil life monitor on your Ram, Charger, or Challenger will push you toward 8,000 or even 10,000 miles between changes. That's too long for a 5.7 HEMI in real-world use. The monitor assumes clean highway driving with the engine reaching full operating temperature every trip. Most people aren't doing that. Short trips, stop-and-go traffic, and hot climates all break down oil faster than the algorithm expects. Old oil in a HEMI means the MDS lifters aren't getting proper lubrication. The timing chain tensioners run dry for those critical first seconds at startup, and sludge starts building up in the passages that feed the variable valve timing system. Use full synthetic 5W20. That's the spec for the 5.7. Don't go thicker thinking it gives more protection. It doesn't flow fast enough on cold starts and starves components in the upper engine. Change it every 5,000 miles. A quality synthetic oil change runs you $50 to $70. A lifter replacement job because the oil was neglected costs $1,500 to $3,000. That math is pretty simple. Number 11. The cooling system will kill your HEMI if you treat it as maintenance optional. The 5.7 HEMI runs hot. That's not a defect, that's by design. But a cooling system that isn't maintained turns that heat into a liability. Old coolant becomes acidic. It attacks aluminum components, eats water pump seals, and starts corroding passages in your cylinder heads. On a HEMI, corroded coolant passages can lead to head gasket failure. A head gasket job on a 5.7 starts around $1,800 and can climb past $3,500 depending on what else the overheating damaged. Use only HOAT-compatible coolant, Mopar's Orange Extended Life coolant, or an equivalent that meets MS9769 spec. Do a full drain and fill every 5 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. Don't just top it off. Old coolant mixed with new coolant doesn't perform like fresh coolant, it just dilutes the problem. Check your hoses every year. Squeeze them. If they feel hard, brittle, or spongy and soft, they're overdue. A hose failure on the highway that overheats your HEMI can turn a $15 hose into a $4,000 engine repair. Stay ahead of it. Number 10. Transmission fluid matters more than Dodge will ever admit. Dodge equipped the Ram 1500 and the Charger with the 545 RFE, 65 RFE, or the 8-speed 8HP70 depending on the year. Every single one of those transmissions will fail early if the fluid is neglected. Dodge and Mopar played the lifetime fluid game for years. That claim has destroyed more transmissions than any mechanical defect ever did. There is no lifetime transmission fluid. Fluid breaks down, clutch material contaminates it, and eventually that contaminated fluid starts attacking valve body seals and clutch packs. By the time the transmission starts slipping or hunting for gears, you're often past the point where a fluid change fixes it. Change your transmission fluid every 40,000 to 60,000 miles. Use only Mopar ATF plus 4 or a fluid that meets the ATF plus 4 specification. Do a drain and fill, not a flush. An aggressive flush on a high-mileage transmission that's never been serviced can dislodge debris and cause more damage than it prevents. A drain and fill at $100 to $150 every 40,000 miles is insurance against a $3,500 rebuild. Number 9. Spark plugs and ignition coils are a set job, not a one-at-a-time job. The 5.7 HEMI uses 16 spark plugs, 2 per cylinder. Most owners don't find out they need plugs until they get a misfire code and bring it into the shop. By then, the ignition coil on that cylinder has usually been working overtime, trying to compensate for a worn plug, and it's on its way out too. Replace all 16 plugs at 30,000 miles if you're using standard plugs, or 60,000 miles with Iridium. Use NGK or Champion plugs that meet Mopar spec. Don't use copper plugs in a 5.7. They wear too fast and leave you back in the same situation in 20,000 miles. When you pull the plugs, inspect each coil. If any coil boots are cracked, or the coils are original past 80,000 miles, replace them all at the same time. You're already in there. 8 coils run $150 to $250 in parts. 1 coil replaced at a shop after a breakdown runs you $200 for that one alone after labor. Do it as a set and do it on your schedule, not the breakdown schedule. Number 8. The HEMI tick is real, and ignoring it is how engines die. Almost every 5.7 HEMI develops a tick at some point. Some owners are told it's normal, sometimes it is. The light tick at cold startup that disappears in 30 seconds once oil pressure builds is generally the lifter bleed down tick, and most HEMIs do it. That's manageable with proper oil maintenance. The tick that should terrify you is the one that gets louder when the engine warms up, the one that doesn't go away, or the one that changes pitch with RPM. That's a collapsing lifter, a worn cam lobe, or in worst cases, early valve train damage. Left alone, a single bad lifter can take out the camshaft lobe above it and turn a $400 fix into a $3,000 engine-out job. If you hear a persistent tick, don't wait. Change the oil first with fresh 5W20 full synthetic and run it for 500 miles. If the tick doesn't diminish, get a mechanic to put a stethoscope on it and locate the source. Catching a bad lifter early costs you a few $100s. Catching it after the cam is damaged costs you the engine. Number 7. The PCV system is quietly creating your oil consumption problem. A lot of 5.7 HEMI owners watch their oil level drop between changes and assume the engine is just burning it. Some oil consumption in a high-performance V8 is normal, but excessive consumption is usually the PCV system telling you it's been ignored. The PCV valve on a HEMI pulls blow-by gases back through the intake to be reburned. When the PCV valve sticks or gets clogged, crankcase pressure builds up. That pressure pushes oil past seals and rings and into the combustion chamber. You burn it, you get blue smoke on startup, and you top off the oil and call it a quirk. Replace the PCV valve every 50,000 miles. It costs $15 and takes about 10 minutes. Also inspect the hoses connected to it. They crack and allow unmetered air into the intake, which throws off fuel trims and can cause rough idle and poor fuel economy on top of the oil consumption issue. A $15 part preventively replaced every 50,000 miles is a lot cheaper than a ring job. Number 6. Throttle body cleaning is not optional on direct port fuel injection engines. The 5.7 HEMI uses port fuel injection, which means fuel does wash over the intake valves on every cycle. That's actually an advantage over direct injection because the fuel helps clean carbon deposits off the valves as it flows past. But the throttle body itself still gums up with oil residue from the PCV system and carbon buildup over time. A coked-up throttle body causes rough idle hesitation on light throttle and a stumble when you come to a stop. Dealerships charge $150 to $250 for a throttle body service. You can do it yourself with a can of throttle body cleaner and a rag in about 20 minutes. Clean it every 30,000 miles. While you're in there, inspect the intake boot between the air filter housing and the throttle body. Cracks in that boot let unfiltered air bypass the filter and go straight into the engine. On a Hemi, that means abrasive particles getting past the rings over thousands of miles. The boot costs $30 to $60 to replace. The engine is protecting costs considerably more. Number 5. Exhaust manifold bolts are a time bomb on the 5.7, and you need to check them before they check you. This is the one dealers really don't talk about because the repair is straightforward, but expensive if it gets out of hand. The exhaust manifolds on the 5.7 HEMI use bolts that pass through cast iron manifolds into aluminum cylinder heads. Cast iron and aluminum expand at different rates under heat. Thousands of heat cycles over the life of the engine work those bolts loose. Eventually one breaks. A broken exhaust manifold bolt causes an exhaust leak that sounds like a ticking or tapping noise, especially when the engine is cold. Most people mistake it for a valve train tick and keep driving. The hot exhaust gases then start attacking nearby wiring, sensors, and rubber components. What started as a $150 bolt repair turns into a $600 job once the surrounding damage is dealt with. Check your exhaust manifold bolts every 60,000 miles. If you notice a ticking that's loudest when the engine is cold and decreases or changes character once fully warmed up, that's classic exhaust leak behavior. Address it immediately. On a cold engine, you can often feel exhaust puffing near the manifold with your hand. Don't let it go. Number 4. Differential and transfer case fluid is the maintenance Dodge owners skip most often. If you're driving a Ram 1500 or 2500 with four-wheel drive, you have a front differential, a rear differential, and a transfer case. All three have their own fluid. Most owners who are meticulous about engine oil have never thought about any of those three. Differential fluid breaks down just like any other fluid. It collects metal particles from gear wear, it oxidizes under heat, and it loses its ability to protect the ring and pinion gear set. Run old diff fluid long enough, and you'll hear a whine from the rear axle that gets progressively louder. By the time it's whining, the gears are wearing fast, and you're looking at a $1,200 to $2,500 differential rebuild, depending on the axle. Change front and rear differential fluid every 30,000 miles if you tow, or every 60,000 miles for normal use. Transfer case fluid every 60,000 miles. Use Mopar's gear and axle lubricant or a gear oil that meets the spec in your owner's manual. The fluid itself costs $30 to $50 per unit. The rebuild it prevents costs 40 times that. Number 3. Brake fluid replacement is the most skipped safety item on every Dodge on the road. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, which means it absorbs moisture from the air. Your 5.7 powered Ram or Charger sits with brake fluid in the lines that is actively pulling moisture in every single day. After 3 years, that fluid typically contains enough moisture to lower its boiling point significantly. When brake fluid boils, you get vapor bubbles in the lines. Vapor is compressible. Your brake pedal becomes soft or spongy under hard use. At highway speeds, that's not an inconvenience, that's a safety emergency. Beyond the performance issue, moisture-laden brake fluid corrodes your ABS module, your calipers, and your master cylinder from the inside out. A corroded ABS module on a Ram runs $800 to $1,500 to replace. Brake fluid flushes run $80 to $120 at any independent shop. Or you can do it yourself with a hand vacuum bleeder for $25. Flush the brake fluid every 3 years regardless of mileage. Buy a moisture test strip for $10 and check it yourself annually. If moisture reads above 3%, flush it immediately. Don't wait for the next service interval. Brakes are the one system on your truck where deferred maintenance has immediate consequences. Number 2. Keep a detailed service log and treat your Hemi like the asset it is. This sounds simple. Most people don't do it. A Ram 1500 with a documented service history sells for $1,500 to $3,000 more than an identical truck without records. More importantly, a log keeps you honest about what's actually been done versus what you think was done. The oil life monitor resets. The odometer keeps counting. But neither one tells you when you last changed the transfer case fluid, or whether the coolant is on its 3rd year or its 6th. Your log does. Write down the date, the mileage, what you did, and what brand of fluid or parts you used. Keep receipts in a folder in the glove box or photograph them to a phone album. When a mechanic asks when you last changed your transmission fluid, you want to know the exact answer. Not a guess, not a feeling, the answer. Hondas and Toyotas get all the longevity credit in the automotive world. The reason is partly the engineering, but it's also partly that those owners tend to be meticulous. The 5.7 HEMI is just as capable of a 400,000-mile life. It needs an owner who takes it seriously. And the number one habit that separates a 5.7 HEMI that survives 400,000 miles from one that gets traded in at 160,000 with a rod knock. Number 1. Warm it up properly and cool it down before you shut it off, especially if you're turbocharged or tuned. This is the most overlooked habit and the one that causes more long-term damage than any neglected fluid. The 5.7 HEMI generates enormous heat. Oil temperature, coolant temperature, and exhaust temperature all need to be respected on both ends of every drive. When you cold start a HEMI, the engine is running on oil that has drained down from the top end overnight. For the first 30 to 60 seconds, the upper valve train is running on film lubrication only. Every time you nail the throttle in those first seconds, you're metal on metal in your cam lobes and rocker arms. Let it idle for a minute before you put any load on it. In cold weather, give it 2 minutes. The other end of the equation is just as important, especially on tuned engines or trucks that have been working hard. If you've been towing, running at highway speed for an extended time, or pushing the engine hard, don't just shut it off the second you pull into the driveway. Let it idle for 2 to 3 minutes. That idle cycle lets the coolant circulate, lets the turbo on any aftermarket application cool down, and prevents heat soak from cooking the oil in the upper engine after shutdown. Heat soak after a hard shutdown is one of the primary causes of oil coking in the lifter galleries of high-mileage HEMIs. The oil gets so hot sitting in those passages with no circulation that it oxidizes and leaves deposits. Those deposits restrict flow to the exact components that need clean oil the most. It costs nothing to idle for 2 minutes. It adds up to thousands of miles of additional engine life over a 400,000-mile ownership. The HEMI was built to go the distance. Your habits are what determines whether it actually does. These 13 habits cover 95% of the reasons a 5.7 HEMI fails before it should. The other 5% is random mechanical misfortune that no maintenance prevents. But that 95% is entirely in your hands. The engine sitting in your Ram or Charger right now is capable of things most owners never let it prove. Start treating it that way today, even if you're already at 100,000 miles. It's not too late. The best time to start was at the dealership. The second best time is right now.